Most business owners in today's AI era skip the most important step. They build the products they think their customer wants, and then they spend months wondering why nobody's buying that product. I took a different approach. Before I built a single product or system for my AI agency, I sat down with Claude Cowork and ran a full market research session. We take a look at the 6 business verticals that my business focuses on, as well as real survey data from 242 business owners that we'll look at later. Every pain point is backed by real numbers and research that Claude Cowork conducted. What would have typically taken me about a week's worth of time on research, I was able to do in an hour. And it completely changed how I decided what products to sell for my business. In this video, I'm going to show you the entire process. We're going to watch how Claude Cowork does research of the market in real time, pulls actual survey data, and produces a full ICP report that mapped every pain point to a specific product. Then I'll show you how that research directly shaped the business that I'm building today. Let's get into it. All right, so here's the starting point. This is Claude Cowork. I'm going to give it a very specific prompt that I want it to work on in order to conduct this research. So the prompt that I give it says this: I'm building an AI agency for small and local businesses in the North Shore of Chicago area. Before I build anything in terms of agents or systems, I need to understand what my ICP's biggest operational pain points actually are. This understanding should be backed by research that you'll conduct. We need to have an understanding of what pain points these businesses are facing on a day-to-day basis. The business verticals that we should be focusing on are insurance, home services, real estate, e-commerce, professional services, and property management. We don't need the latest and greatest in terms of AI agents. We should focus on AI systems that will help these businesses run more efficiently. All right, now we've submitted that prompt and Claude Cowork's going to get to work. It's going to go ahead and understand the prompt that I'm asking and come up with a plan in order to accomplish this task. You can see its response. It says, "Great project, David. You're giving me enough detail to dig in on the 6 verticals: North Shore Chicago focus and operational efficiency over flashy AI. Let me run parallel research across all 6 verticals to surface the real day-to-day pain points that these businesses are dealing with." Now we're going to take a look at who responded to Luke's survey. We have professional services at 31%, real estate at 14%, e-commerce at 11%. These are the exact verticals that I'm targeting. So this isn't some random internet data that we're pulling from a random website. This is relevant to my specific market and how I'm shaping the decisions that I make surrounding my business. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the biggest AI challenge that these small and local businesses face. We have 193 business owners who were asked what their #1 challenge was when it comes to AI. An overwhelming 52% of them said the same thing, and that's not knowing where to start. So we know that's not a budget problem, and that's not a tech problem. That's simply a clarity problem. More than half of the market is sitting there saying, "I know AI can help me, I just don't know what to do first." And that tells you exactly what to sell to them. We're not going to be selling them AI. We're going to be selling them a starting point and a system that will help their business run more effectively and more efficiently. All right, now let's look at this challenge by budget tier. We can see that companies spending between $1,000 and $5,000 on AI, 57% of those companies say they don't know where to start. That means they're overwhelmed. For companies that are spending between $5,000 and $15,000, that number gets even worse. 59% of those companies don't know where to start either. With the 15,000 plus companies, their problem's totally different. They're dealing with internal politics and team buy-in. And so that's a different sale entirely. And so for us, since we're focusing on building an agency for small and local business, our sweet spot is going to be in the $1,000 to $15,000 range. These are people with the budget who just need someone to tell them what to do first. And that's the service that we're going to be selling. And when you ask them what they actually want AI to do, 44% said automate business processes and save time. Not increase revenue, not replace employees, save time. That tells us exactly how to position our product. We're not selling AI, we're selling hours back in their week. All right, so at this point, we know that Cowork has looked at all this survey data, analyzed the demographics that are included, and identified what's holding these businesses back, and it figured out what they actually want. And this process is still working. It's going to take all this data and compile it into a structured research report. Let's take a look at what that report produced. We're going to take a look at the finished output. Cowork compiled everything into a full ICP research report. You can see the summary right here in the conversation. We have 5 pain points that surface from the data, and each one's going to be mapped to a specific AI system. And also, each one is going to be backed by real stats across all 6 verticals that we requested it to look at. It saved the entire report as a document so we can reference it later. So this isn't just a chat response that disappears. It's a deliverable that we can reference over and over when we're building our business. All right, so let's take a look at the actual report. Here's the executive summary. We have 5 operational pain points that surface repeatedly across every vertical. Number 1 is missed inbound communication. We know that businesses are only answering 38% of the inbound calls that they get, and 80% of those callers who hit voicemail hang up without leaving a message, and 85% of them never come back. Number 2, we have slow lead response time. The average business takes 47 hours to respond to a new lead, but leads contacted within 5 minutes are 21 times more likely to convert. 21 times. Number 3, no system for reviews. 81% of consumers check Google reviews before choosing a local business, but most businesses have no system for asking for them. Number 4, we have dormant customers sitting untouched. Every business has past customers who haven't come back. It costs 5 to 7 times more to acquire a new customer than to re-engage an existing one, and almost nobody is doing it. And lastly, number 5, we have inconsistent social media. 56% of small businesses say time management is their biggest social media challenge. They know they should post, they just don't have the bandwidth. And here's where the research becomes a product roadmap. We have Cowork mapping every pain point to a specific AI system and rank the priority level for each vertical. Critical, high, medium, or low. For home services, missed calls are critical. For insurance, speed to lead is critical. For e-commerce, customer reactivation is critical, and every vertical has a different entry point. The research tells you exactly where to start with each one. All right, now let's talk about why this matters. Here's my website, Profit Pulse. These are the actual products that I sell. We have a voice AI agent, an outreach and follow-up agent, social media agent, email campaign agent, review agent, and every single one of these came directly from that research that we just went over. I didn't have to guess what to build. I just simply followed the data and built based off of that. And it goes even further. Here's my free AI audit. It's a quiz that walks business owners through these exact 5 pain points. What happens when you miss a call? How fast do you respond to leads? Do you have a review strategy? Every question in this quiz came from the research that Cowork produced. The research didn't just tell me what to build, it told me how to sell it. And that's our process. 1 prompt and 1 Cowork session. Full market research report that shaped my entire product lineup, my pricing, and even my lead magnet. If you're building a business, any business, do the research before you build. Don't guess what the market wants, let the data tell you. And if you want a tool that can run your entire research process in an afternoon, go ahead and try Claude Cowork. If this was useful, go ahead and subscribe. I'm documenting the entire process of building this agency from scratch with AI. I'm going to be releasing new videos each and every week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.